and welcome to Vlogmas Day 19. Can't believe it. I am at the hiking park. We are going to go hiking. It is actually still morning. It is 10:41. So, package drama update from the end of yesterday's vlog. I took it to the office. They did recognize the name. So it is someone who lives on the property. It wasn't like completely wrong. They were able to kind of confirm that. And the apartment number had been really messed up. So that's done. It's out of my hands. I don't have to worry about it. And hopefully that person will get their Sephora package sometime today. So I then came back to my apartment, grabbed my stuff. We're going to go for a hike. So it is a lovely, gorgeous, clear morning. I'm going to have to wear my sun hat again because it's very sunny. And it's 52, so it has warmed up a little bit. It got down into the 30s. I think it was only like 34. So just above freezing. So I think like that's 1 degree Celsius. So yeah, it's warmed up a little bit, but it's still going to be pretty cool. We're going to do a trail that we have not done yet this season. And if I look at the map, it will be... So 2 miles. We did 2 miles yesterday. So I think doing another 2-mile hike today will be good. But we're going to go out towards the south end of the park. We're going to do a trail that we haven't done yet this year. Well, we did it earlier this year, but we haven't done it later this year. We're aiming for about 2 miles. I am going to slow my pace down. So yesterday I did 2 miles in just under an hour. We'll go a little bit slower, but still aim for the same distance. But I feel pretty good after hiking yesterday. Yesterday, I did feel really good as well. And I think it's because we were hiking in the middle of the day and I wasn't exhausted yet. So we're going to see if that holds true today, because I didn't get any more sleep last night than I did the night before last. And both of these nights, I've only gotten like 6.5 hours. Yeah, about 6.5 hours. So I'm a little bit sleep deprived. That's not nearly enough sleep for me with my fibromyalgia. Like 9 is optimal, 8 is acceptable, 7 I can manage, less than 7 we're starting to get into the danger zone and I might not make it through the day. So I think going hiking in the morning is going to be a good thing. I'm excited to do this trail again, and it should be a good trail to do today because, oh my gosh, and this is why I don't usually hike during the day on a weekend. This place is packed. It is packed. Like, the bit of parking where I'm parked is normally empty because the other lanes have plenty of spaces, and so people always park closer to the main trailhead. But like, there's still plenty of spaces in this lane, but it is the busiest I've seen it all season so far. So clearly a popular time to hike. So the trails that we're going to do today, there'll be a bit where we pop on to the Gateway Loop Trail, and that will probably get a little bit busy. Like, we'll probably pass several people while we're on that. But the rest of the trails, I don't think we'll probably pass some more than we would at a more random time, but still not as many as if we went down the main trail. So kind of glad I'm not planning on doing the extra long hike, because that would have put us on the main trails and then we would have seen people. And I don't want to see people today. I don't. So we're going to stick to the quieter trails and hopefully not run into a lot of people and just have a nice quiet hike. Just me and all of you. So let's go. Okay, about an hour and 2 miles later, we're back at the car. That was lovely. That was fantastic. Now I'm ready to go home. It's still only about 55, so it still isn't that warm, although I did get warm as I was going. I only crossed paths with, whatever you want to call it, 6 people. There was one woman out with her dog, and she was like, gorgeous day, isn't it? Like, yes, it is. Definitely not that many people out on that trail, so it's fantastic because like the parking lot is now even more full, so it's gotten busier while I've been out there, but I really couldn't tell. So take the path less traveled. It's less busy there. But yeah, it was fantastic. It felt so good being out there. I am definitely ready to go home, take a nice hot shower, and wash my hair, get something to eat, sit down. I need to finish editing the vlog, and then I want to read. I really want to read. I want to finish the book that I've been reading this week. So I'm just going to have a cozy afternoon reading, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm not going to lie. I would like to stay out here, but it is noon, it's afternoon, and I really need to get home and eat something. It's also just so beautiful out here. There's a little sliver of a moon still visible. I don't know if I'll have gotten it on camera, but that was really pretty. And there's just been like a really light breeze. Lots of birds out. It's been such a good week. It really, really has. I'm like trying to focus on the positives, but I'm tired. And I've been trying to do so many things and wrapping up so many things that my brain last night, like I really shouldn't have been as stressed as I was last night because it really wasn't that big of a deal. Like none of the stuff, not getting as much work done and everything with that package and my own mail and, none of that was really that important or that stressful. But I just feel like I'm so depleted right now that my brain is literally inventing problems, or rather the gremlin in my brain is inventing problems. I was thinking last night because like I've gotten really good with my fibromyalgia to not hate my body and to see fibromyalgia as something separate in my body. And I've noticed in the last week or so, as I've been really tired and as I've been trying to do so many things to wrap up for the year and to just be able to enjoy the holidays, my brain is just overwhelmed. And I've caught myself a few times saying, oh, I hate my brain. And then immediately catching myself, because obviously I don't hate my brain. I love my brain. My brain is incredible. My brain does so many amazing things, not least of which it keeps me alive. But I'm realizing I hate how I've been feeling mentally, and more just intellectually, cognitively, not even like emotionally. But because I've been feeling so weird cognitively, that's impacting my mood and impacting how my brain reacts emotionally. And so I've decided, and I don't know why I've latched on to this analogy or this figure, because I never watched the movies Gremlin. I never watched any of the Gremlin movies, but I did grow up as a child of the 80s. So I've seen the pictures, I've seen all the merchandise. I know what the gremlins look like. And I feel like I've got little gremlins in my brain. I've got the stressed gremlin. I've got the anxiety gremlin. I've got the overwhelmed gremlin. I've got the overthinking gremlin. They're just causing chaos in my head right now because I'm just too tired to be able to like think straight and think rationally and logically. I just feel like the gremlins have been working overtime in my brain all week long, and I just need, like, I felt great last weekend. Pretty much, from what I can remember. I'm only remembering the good stuff if there was something not so great that happened. I'm only remembering the good stuff. So I just feel like I now need a weekend of peace and quiet. And so this hike was a great way to start that. But considering I have not had that much sleep in the last 2 days, which just feeds the gremlins in my brain, I feel like maybe gremlins are a weird analogy, but it's the only way I can think to explain this. Anyone born after the 90s probably is not going to have a clue what I'm talking about when I say gremlins. But I know a lot of you were born before the 90s, so you guys will get me. But yeah, I need an afternoon to just sit and do nothing but read a cozy Christmas novel and listen to Christmas music and drink some tea or some hot chocolate and eat some Christmas cookies and just relax. So that is exactly what we are going to do right now. We're going to go home. I'm going to get cleaned up and we're going to sit down and be extra cozy and just relax. So let's go. Okay, hello. I am just making myself an afternoon cup of coffee with a mix of decaf and caffeinated, just to be safe. I feel like I need a little bit more caffeine than the tiny bit that's already in decaf, but I don't want, like, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't want a full caffeinated cup of coffee. But yeah, I'm just getting a mug of coffee going, and I'm going to have a couple Christmas cookies. I think I'm going to have a couple of the Norwegian cookies, and I still have some of those O. Henry bars in the fridge, so we will have some of these. This will be delicious with my coffee while I read. So it has been a very lovely afternoon so far since I've got back from the park. I've taken off my nails, well, the impressed nails. I'm back to my natural nails. I've just put on a nail treatment for now. I think I might just be au natural on the nails for the next day or so, and then maybe on Monday or Tuesday put on another set of festive nails. So we're just gonna have a warm and cozy afternoon, drinking good coffee, eating yummy Christmas cookies, and reading a nice cozy Christmas book. I finished editing the vlog, so that's now uploading for tomorrow, which is perfect. And then I had some Amazon packages, 2 packages arrive. I think I'm now just waiting on one thing. I need to look at my Amazon and just make sure that all the packages that I'm expecting have arrived, but the one that I know is still coming. There's one item that had a tiny rip, but I think it'll be fine. I'm not gonna bother sending it back and exchanging it because a new one could have a rip as well. One box was somewhat dented, but the item inside it is fine, so I've checked everything. Everything is in decent condition and is givable. So yeah, now all that's left, I'll do some writing later I think while I watch Harry Potter, but for now all that's left is to take my giant foamy mug of coffee, my homemade latte, and my Christmas cookies, and go sit down and do some nice cozy reading. It is 5:35. I have just been very super snugly all in my chair here. The sun is now setting. It's down, but there's just a little bit of light left in the sky. Getting to be cozy nighttime. We've had cozy afternoon time and now it's cozy nighttime. Probably need to stop reading. I've been reading slow. I'm just really enjoying this book though, honestly. It's so cute and the dialogue is really well written and I love the characters and I'm loving the romance. Like, it's a slow burn, but the dynamic between the two main characters is just so good. I think I've got about like 45-ish pages left. So I'm going to close up my Kindle. And I need to get Harry Potter turned on or I'm going to be up super late tonight. That was part of why I did not sleep well last night. I just stayed up too late. So I do not want to make that mistake again. So I need to get Harry Potter started. It's just been so nice sitting here reading. I needed this. I feel like I finally managed to get the gremlins in my brain to like chill out for a bit and leave me alone. So yeah. Yawn. Very sleepy. So I definitely want to get Harry Potter started because I might not be able to stay awake that late tonight. So I need to close the blinds and get the movie turned on. I've got all the battery operated candles. I even put some on my bookshelves, which definitely the perk of battery operated candles. You can put them on your bookshelves and don't have to worry about setting your books on fire. So they're just like the whole wall, like this whole wall, just, it needs to be cleaned up. Like, I won't lie, my bookshelves are due for a massive reorganization. I honestly need to like take them all off, just rearrange each shelf. So like, it does need a rearrange because as you can see down here, there's 2 tall stacks of books as high as that little table that have no place to go. So, because we also have that bookshelf that also needs to be rearranged. So that's a project. But disorganized books aside, this wall is just making me very happy now. It's like all my favorite things. My Christmas tree, all the little candles, all my books, pictures of London and stuff. Yeah, just makes me happy and feels very super cozy. I think after Christmas, the tree will come down, obviously, but I think I want to keep this chair here even after summer comes back. For the week or so after I moved the chair over here, but before I put up the Christmas tree, I just loved how open that space felt. And I'm also still considering the possibility of finding a small sectional couch with a chaise lounge at the end. If I could find one that has the chaise at the end, that would be at the bookshelf, because I still think that this will be the positioning of the new couch, that it will come out perpendicular from that wall, the same way that the futon is now. So if I could find one that either lets me put the chaise myself at either end, that I could do both ways, or would have the chaise at that end, because I don't want one coming out right here and then having to walk all the way around that. But if I could get one at that goes at that end, if this chair isn't where the Christmas tree is, then there would be room to put a small sectional with a chaise at that end. And I think that would work and be really comfortable. But yeah, I just loved, like, I love having the tree there right now. I also really loved when the tree wasn't there, how open that space felt, and it would make it much easier to be able to get to my bookshelves and rearrange them. So yeah, that's something I'm thinking about. But I'm thinking like that first week of January, before I get back to school, just going and looking at couches and buying one, even if it takes several weeks for it to be delivered, just getting it done. I'm just getting so tired of that futon. Like, I'm grateful. I have something to sit on. I can't say it's comfortable, because it's a lie. I guess it's comfortable enough, but it's not that comfortable of a couch. I really want a new one, and I'll be 42, so I feel like it's time for me to have a proper big girl couch and not a grad student futon anymore. Anyway, that's enough rambling. I'm now going to get Harry Potter turned on and get on with having a really cozy and relaxing evening as I watch Harry Potter. Alright, it is just about 11 o'clock at night. I have been watching YouTube and it's been lovely, but I'm struggling to focus even on a YouTube video, which is never a good sign. I got all the way through Prisoner of Azkaban and I got more than halfway through Goblet of Fire. I think I have an hour left in this one, so I will pick up where I left off on this one tomorrow and then start the next one. Then I was struggling to like stay focused, and like there's no point in watching these movies if I'm not going to actually watch these movies. So I figured I would turn that off and switch to YouTube, and then that worked for a little bit, and then it got towards 11 and I realized I wasn't even able to really focus on YouTube. So I'm gonna go read and see if I can finish that book. I've got less than an hour and I don't mind being up until midnight, but I definitely want to go to bed by midnight. So I think I'm just gonna go brush my teeth and change into my jammies and get in bed and read for the rest of the night. So yeah, it's been a lovely cozy evening. I definitely probably should have turned off the TV an hour ago, but I just get so relaxed and cozy out here that either I lose track of time or I'm just so comfortable. It's like, well, I'll just watch one more video or whatever. And I was doing some knitting and yeah, just really lost track of time. So need to go get in bed. I've got the Aurora lamp on in there. I've got the other lights kind of turned down, and yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to jump in bed. But it is time for me to stop waffling and to pull out a question for the vlog today. Favorite gift you were given when you were a kid? I love hearing your answers to this question. I remember getting a lot of really good responses last year, but it's also one of my favorite questions. There were many. I mean, there were many amazing gifts over the years. I think the one that stands out the most, and this is probably the one that I answered with last year, but I asked, I was like, we were living in Kelly Barracks in Stuttgart, so I would have been between the ages of 5 and 7. My parents took me and my sister to see Santa Claus. I told Santa that I wanted Rudolph. And I vividly remember, like, the Santa Claus that we were talking, like, he honestly looked shocked. Like, my Rudolph? He asked me. I'm like, yeah, I want Rudolph. And so on Christmas morning, I woke up and there was a stuffed animal toy Rudolph on the couch with a note from Santa saying that he needed the real Rudolph to help guide the sleigh, and so he couldn't give me the actual Rudolph, but he hoped that the stuffed toy would be enough. And I think we still have that toy somewhere in a box in the garage, and I really, really want to find it, because that is one I would never want to get rid of. So even though I feel like I repeated that story last year, it's still my favorite story and my favorite gift that I was given as a kid. It's still just my favorite gift as a kid, and was just really one of those things as a kid that reinforced my belief in the magic of Santa Claus. And that's a whole other discussion that we could get into. But the fact that I made such a random and outlandish request and still technically got what I asked for, like, that's just next level of Santa's elves working overtime to make sure that this little girl in Germany got what she asked for that year. And I just, like, I've never ever forgotten that. So yeah, definitely favorite gift I received as a kid. So let me know, what was your favorite gift that you were given as a kid? I would love to know. And yeah, if you enjoyed this vlog, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, all of that good stuff. And I'm gonna go read in bed now and then go to sleep. And I will see you all tomorrow in day 20, because this was day 19. So tomorrow we are officially into the 20s of December, which means we are days away, just a few days away from Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching today. Bye!